Hello, seventh graders. Happy Monday again. Ms. Mead here. We're going to start calling this Ms. Mead's Mondays. Today we're going to continue our conversation on Notice and Note, a reading strategy. Just a reminder, there are no Google Meets today. You're going to complete all of your work on your own. Here's our agenda for today. It's 11/9. It is a day 2, so follow your day 2 schedule. Our learning target for today is I can use Notice and Note signposts to guide my reading of nonfiction texts. Step 1, you're going to watch these slides and take notes in the reading skills section of your notebook. 2 weeks ago, you started a new page called Nonfiction Notice and Note. You learned about 2 signposts. We're going to continue adding to those notes today. So make sure you've got your notebook ready. Step 2, you're going to actually open an article that should look pretty familiar in Google Classroom, and you're going to track the nonfiction signposts, and then do a little Google Forms quiz to test yourself on those signposts. Then step 3, we want you to catch up on any ELA work you have. If you haven't finished all the parts of your essay yet, you can be working on that or any other missing work. Go to your grade book under student info just to see what shows as missing in the grade book. And then finally, the best part, step 4, independent reading time. So gather everything together, open your notebooks to that reading section. Find your notes dated 10/26, Notice and Note, Nonfiction Signposts. And then we'll get started. As we go through the slides today, if at any point you need to pause and take notes, please do so. All right, little review. When we talk about nonfiction, it's writing that's based on facts, real events, real people. So any of the textbooks you read for school, any news articles or research articles, biographies, those are all nonfiction. We're going to learn about 5 nonfiction signposts in all, and you've already looked at 2 of those. Later on, as we get more into our nonfiction unit, you'll be annotating your nonfiction text, showing yourself where you're seeing the different signposts. Whenever you get ready to read, you want to keep 3 big questions foremost in your mind. As you're reading along, what surprised you? What did the author think I already knew? What challenged, changed, or confirmed what I knew? That way you're engaging with that text more fully. 2 weeks ago, you learned about contrasts and contradictions. If you were unable to find your notes, now is the time to pause. Take some notes off of the slide today. Otherwise, if you've already done these, move along. We also talked about extreme or absolute language. Again, you should have this in your notes, and if you don't, now is the time to pause and add it. Today, we're going to add a 3rd type of nonfiction signpost. It's called numbers and stats. When you're reading and you notice specific numbers, number words, amounts, percentages, words like half, almost, 100%, 39%, 14 out of 20, anything like that, you want to stop and ask yourself, why did the author use those numbers or amounts? The answer might help you come to a conclusion. It might help you make a comparison between 2 things, which had more, which had less, see the details. It'll help you make some inferences. Ooh, that was a really close selection. It'll help you find facts or recognize evidence. So at this point, everybody should pause and add the numbers and stats to your Notice and Note nonfiction signpost notes. Moving along, we would also want to be looking for quoted words. When you're reading and you notice an author quote a voice of authority or quote someone on their personal perspective, or if they've cited another person's words, you want to stop. Ask yourself, why did the author quote or cite this person? The answer is going to help you think about the author's point of view, the author's purpose, their bias, or the conclusions that they've drawn on the topic. These words will give perspective, facts and opinions, or a generalization. Now's a good time to pause, add quoted words to your notice and notes, and then we'll go on. Word gaps is another type of signpost that you want to be looking for. When you're reading, and all good readers do this, whether you're reading nonfiction or fiction, but as you're reading along and the author uses a word or phrase you don't know, you want to stop and ask yourself, do I know this word from someplace else? You want to look at the word parts, the prefix, root, suffix. Does this seem like technical talk for experts? Is this something I really don't have any background knowledge on? And can I find clues in the sentence to help me? As you work through that, the answers to those questions are going to help you decide if you need to look the word up in a dictionary or if you should maybe keep reading for more information. It's important, especially as we are doing research next trimester, to decide if these word gaps are things that you absolutely need to understand in order to understand the topic. Again, it's time to pause and take some notes. Guess what, folks? That's it. Those are the 5 nonfiction signposts. Unlike the driver following these 2 trucks, these signposts are going to help you know what to do as you're reading through your nonfiction texts. Step 2 today. In Google Classroom, you are going to see under today's date the article that we looked at a couple weeks ago. You should guess answers to your homework before searching online. I want you to go through and reread that article. I've highlighted some areas, and at those points, I want you to stop and think, what signpost could this be? What signpost might this one be? Use your notes. Guess your best. We know that guessing is a good thing to do before actually finding out the factual answer. Then, after you've gone through the article, keep that open and go back to Google Classroom and take the Google Form quiz. Use the article, use the notes to test yourself. See how you're doing on identifying the signposts, and then submit when finished. Step 3 for today, catch-up time. If you are behind on your essay writing, that should be a top priority. Make sure you're up to speed on all of your steps of your essay or any other missing ELA work. Again, you want to go to your grade book under student info to see about any missing work. And finally, when you're through with all that, if the 90 minutes of ELA class is not over yet, you've got time to read. Enjoy every minute. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great day.